Alright, so let's talk the Scharnhorst, the German pocket battleship, or most people call it battlecruiser. Tier 7 boat. This boat, to me, as a battleship, is one of the all-around best battleships, and her sister ship, the Gneisenau. But I want to go through it. So, when you look at the armor layout of this boat, top end plating 26 millimeters, not bad, not great, but she's got an armor belt, starts at 70 millimeters. Her guns are at 150, if you notice. Let me just swing this around. And you've got the armor belt at 350 millimeters. And then 16 millimeters for the actual deck plating. Now, the superstructure is very susceptible to HE. The bow, for most boats, tier 5, tier 6, tier 7, not so much. Most of those are 25 millimeter. You get up to, tier 7, which you're at, then tier 8 and tier 9. Yeah, so much. But this boat is still phenomenal. She does have a lot of protection. I mean, a lot. For a tier 7 boat, she's well round, quite adjust. And she also has her turtleback armor. So if I go down here and I click get rid of that, let me get rid of that. Nope, so I need that back. And we do this. Her turtleback armor is right there. So her citadel is down here. And there is a whole lot of armor around here to actually help out. So if you're turning into a shot, if you're turning left as in port, you're going to actually, on this side and you're turning around, you're not going to get citadeled. She's very hard to citadel. I like this boat for that reason. It makes it a really, really good boat. Now, survivability, I have my expect out for 56,000. And she has torpedo protection of 22%. I'll get in my captain skills in a minute here. Again, lots of hit points, tier 7. If you are at tier 7 or below, so if you're at tier 6, tier 5, you are definitely a super predator in the game. If you are tier 8, you can still hold your own. Tier 9, as you'll see in the replay, with one of my clanmates, Navy Chick, you can hold your own. You can hold your own with a tier 9 battle and still win the game, which you'll see in the replay. Here's the fun part, her artillery. She has 283 millimeter guns. They're nothing to write home about, but she's got a reload time of 20 seconds. Turret time with captain skills down to just 21 seconds, almost, just a bit less. But her HE penetration is 71 millimeters, so she can pen quite a bit. So for HE, she's good. Destroyers, you want to do battleships itself, you want to do cruisers in particular, yep, great, fantastic. And I have her at 21% chance of fire start, so it's good. Secondaries, you can spec this for a secondary build. I kind of do a bit because I'm always up tiered, so I'm going to meet, tier 9 destroyers like the Kitakaze or the Akazuki or the Fantastique. I'm going to meet destroyers I don't like, so I like to be able to just shoot, and that's why I spec it for a little bit, but I'll talk about it a bit more. But her main artillery is good. She can AP and citadel quite a bit. She has no trouble citadels and cruisers, destroying destroyers, and depending on the tier, she can actually citadel battleships as well. That 20-second reload is fantastic. She does have defensive torpedoes, 2 launchers, 1 each side, obviously, 3 tubes. Like her sister ship, the Gneisenau, I have no idea why people forget about this, but you can use it in close range at 64 knots. To hit battleships, to hit destroyers, to hit anything that comes around the corner. It's not ready for it. They do over 13,000 damage, which is quite nice. But again, they're defensive torpedoes. Her AA, well, it's okay. It's not great, but she has a lot of it. Priority sector helps. If you start getting later on the game and you have, say, half the game's over, and you see a half squadron, you can do quite a bit of damage. Her torpedo protection does allow against torpedo bombers. If you get up tier to a tier 8 carrier, it can be a bit hard, but overall, angling and, full reverse, watching out, do what you do can help. But overall, she does okay in AA. It's okay. Maximum speed with flags, 31.5. Her rudder shift is not that great. Some people take the module. I don't personally take it because I want to, well, you see in a minute my equipment. It's just not my thing. She's a battleship, so make sure you angle and you should be fine. Concealment with all the skills, I have her down to 13.7, which is not bad. Detectability by air is 8.9. And, well, battleships, so there's no detectability in smoke. But I will say I have been known to hide in destroyer smoke and play battlecruiser and try to shoot, tier 8 and tier 9 battleships like the Massachusetts or the Georgia and things of that nature to make my life a little bit easier. But overall, good boat for that. Her equipment for me personally, she's a premium, so you don't have any upgrades. I do take main armament modification 1. I try to reduce my amount of fire as humanly possible, so my fires don't last that long. I do actually take aiming system modification. And here again, I take the damage control modification. This is me. This is the one where you can actually take the steering if you want to. I don't personally take it, and I don't take propulsion. I want to actually reduce my chance of being shot at. I do have respect out for a fighter and not a spotting aircraft. It's just a thing I do because I normally need to actually spot around something for me. I'm not going to be shooting great distances. I won't lie to you, this is not a bad upgrade when you want to shoot, if you want to hang back. When we had Deadeye, it was actually quite good because it really helped your ability to shoot even farther. And of course, I take the heals. The one thing I'll point out when I go back here quickly to the armament, you do have a total range of 19.9 kilometers without using a spot aircraft, so it's not bad. 20% on top of that, yeah, you're in the over 20 range, so you can actually compare to tier 9 battleships, but she's more of a brawler in my opinion. That's what I use her for, so I'm more of a close-in kind of person. Exterior, obviously for me, I'm going to go to camo. I always have a good camo on her. I like the black camo, it's kind of cool. I do take a bit of fire chance with her, but I take the standard, what I call battleship build down here. And I do take the consumables for the secondaries up here. Economic flags I always take. And I always do take special flags so I can get some more XP. But this is typically what I take for her. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the replay. It's Navy Chick. She doesn't do a whole lot of damage in the replay, but she does actually win the game for the team. So a tier 7 boat actually wins the game against a tier 9 build. It's not about damage sometimes. It's literally about being able to actually win the game. That's what's important. So anyway, enjoy the replay. Hey everyone, welcome back to the replay. This is Navy Chick playing in her Scharnhorst. My other clanmate, P-Pistol, I think he's in his Surrey, and I'm in my Fiji. We all know the Fiji's OP. So Navy Chick's not your super Unicom player. However, she loves this boat. And quite frankly, she does a great job in it. She makes kind of one mistake, but other than that, does a great job. So I'm going to let it play. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to speak when it's relevant. But let's talk about the Scharnhorst. The Scharnhorst was a German capital ship, alternately described as a battleship or battlecruiser of the German Kriegsmarine. She was the lead ship of her class, which included her sister ship, the Gneisenau. I think overall, when you look at the German Kriegsmarine during World War II, this ship was the epitome of amazing. So whether submarines, I'm ex-Royal Canadian Navy, I have seen the submarine designs and ship designs, but in particular submarine designs in the Russian Navy and the Tangos, the Whiskeys, you name it, it doesn't matter. The German Kriegsmarine had some of the best ships in World War II. However, I didn't like their boss, but we all know who that is. The Scharnhorst and Gneisenau operated together for much of the early portion of World War II, including sorties into the Atlantic to raid British merchant shipping. During her first operation, Scharnhorst sank the auxiliary cruiser HMS Rawalpindi in a short engagement, like as in very short, November 1939. The Scharnhorst and Gneisenau participated in Operation Warships. I took German for 8 years and still can't pronounce that stuff. In April and June of 1940, the German invasion basically of Norway. During Operation off Norway, 2 ships engaged the battlecruiser HMS Renown and sank the aircraft carrier HMS Glorious, as well as her destroyer escorts Acasta and Ardent. That's right, she sunk a carrier and 2 destroyers. That was pretty stupid of the British. In short, which I'm not going to write here in the paragraph, They decided to sail back to England from Norway with a destroyer and a carrier, not using full boilers, not really taking the German Kriegsmarine seriously. And it cost the British a destroyer and an aircraft carrier. Not the smartest move on their part, obviously. In that engagement, the Scharnhorst achieved one of the longest range naval gunfire hits in history. The second one's actually a British one, which is actually done in the Mediterranean, but it's a different ship. So, but hey, let's watch a bit of Navy Chick. I personally, in this game, am noticing that our Alaska's actually hiding behind the island. I like playing my Fiji exceptionally aggressive. I know it's a light cruiser, but I've got some mods on it. So I'm actually going to go up and I'm going to use my smoke for the Alaska. And that's what I'm doing right now. And Navy Chick's popping whatever she can hit from a distance. Believe it or not, this game actually comes down to the proverbial wire, which I love games like that. She's a bit low on that shot, in my opinion, but there she goes. That's a good shot. And I have no idea what our friendly carrier was doing this game. He was literally dropping torpedoes or doing stuff near us. I don't really think he was being a team player. And as you can see in chat, I'm getting a much obliged from the Alaska. He's got a lot of firepower to deal with on this side, so I'm dumping smoke for him. And now I'm going to go DD humping. Did I just say humping? I did, didn't I? Hunting. Oh boy. It's been a long week. And it's only Monday. I'm going to go after Le Fantastique and the Atlanta. Navy Chick again, concentrating the Colorado, gone. Takes a pot shot of the Atlanta. And now that we've got the right flank kind of working, she's going to start turning this boat. Now, one thing about the Scharnhorst, if you're going to get shot and you're turning to the left here, it's going to raise your left side up. So imagine you're on a teeter-totter and you're going to go up. Do the turn a bit gently if you don't have to, because it won't expose your citadel. If you're turning into a turn and people are shooting you, you're going to hit the upper deck. I don't care who the boat is, they're not going to citadel you. They'll do damage, but they won't citadel you. Now I'm personally pushing up into the next cap. That's my goal. Oh no, am I actually helping the land at this point? I think I'm shooting stuff right now. But again, Navy Chick is now pushing up. This boat's good for brawling. I mean, it's really good for getting in there and kind of shooting at stuff. It can hold its own with a 20-second reload. It's not bad against destroyers with HE. But hey, back to the history. In early 1942, after repeated British bombing raids, the two ships made a daylight dash up the English Channel from occupied France to Germany. Operation Cerberus on the 12th of January 1942. The German Naval Command made the decision to return the Scharnhorst, Gneisenau, and the heavy cruiser Prinz Eugen to Germany. The intention was to deploy the vessels to Norway to interdict Allied convoys to the Soviet Union. That was the Liesland program. The so-called Channel Dash, codename Operation Cerberus, would avoid the increasingly effective Allied radar and patrol aircraft in the Atlantic, because that was more dangerous than going up the channel. Vice Admiral Otto Ciliax, C-I-L-I-A-X, I hope I said that right. The Scharnhorst's first commander was given the command of the operation. In early February, the minesweepers swept through a route through the English Channel, undetected by the British. Well, not quite true, but almost true. The British did miss the opportunity to sink these ships in their own backyard. All three ships made it to Kiel. This was literally an embarrassment for the British. I mean, it's literally your backyard, and they kind of blew it. It is what it is. Navy Chick's doing a good job of pushing stuff back. She tries to shoot the Le Fantastique. Good luck with that. Even I missed. Now, Navy Chick's coming up behind right now, so she can actually back me up. I'm pushing my Fiji straight up in the cap. I don't care. Because while you can kill a Fiji, it's not easy to citadel it. If you know how to angle, you're okay. You'll see in a bit here later on, I take on a tier 9 battleship and I push him away. So Navy Chick can win the game. But again, that's team effort. Navy Chick's looking for what she can actually shoot that's relevant. But that Miyoko's not going to live. So she slowed down, missed the torpedoes, and now she's pushing up. Miyoko got a parting clause. And there's the Missouri. She'll be dealing with that a bit later. Our teammates taking care of this. Sorry, our teammates basically helping out to hold the ACAP. We're losing right now, and we are losing the entire game, but it's a great game. Again, I'm pushing up. I'll spot. I'm playing DD, which is kind of cute. Good job, Navy Chick. We were talking in chat during this game. She's like, that thing's really fast. I'm like, yes, it is. Like 54 knots. I'm trying to take the cap right now. I've got a Riga coming in. And some other bad guys, but I'm just requesting support. I'm not leaving the cap. They will have to kill me to take the cap. And Navy Chick, as a good teammate, is coming up and saying, right, she can sit there and go head to head with the Riga. Doesn't matter about radar. Doesn't matter what the Riga can do. The Riga's firing HE at the destroyer, so she's going to start shooting this thing. Akazuki at this point should have probably turned hard left and dropped smoke, in my opinion. But she's going to keep pushing up. She's not going to quit. She's just going to angle a bit. I mean, he fires at her, but it's like, it's a cute hit. It does nothing. And then he takes a torpedo from the Akazuki. And bye-bye, Riga. And shoots her, and like, take a look at that. Like I said, AP, it works, doesn't work. She's angled a bit, and it works. Now, she's got a Missouri. This Missouri is her bane of her existence, which I'll show later, which is kind of cute. And I know this Missouri gets absolutely, I hate to say it, pissed. And I'm now shooting the Drake here, and so is Navy Chick. That Akazuka is a good player. He's actually doing his job and actually protecting us with smoke. But hey, in early 1943, the Scharnhorst joined their British-class battleship Tirpitz in Norway to interdict Allied convoys to the Soviet Union. Scharnhorst and several destroyers sortied from Norway to attack a convoy, but British naval patrols intercepted the German force during the Battle of the North Cape, which is in the high Arctic, and I mean high Arctic. The Royal Navy battleship HMS Duke of York and her escorts sank Scharnhorst. Out of the 1,968 crew, only 36 men were rescued. That's just devastating and sad. I think personally this is a tactical mistake on Navy Chick's part. She actually should have gone to the left, not to the right. You're literally letting him torpedo you, and you're going to run aground. If she'd gone to the left, those torpedoes would not have actually hit her and did any damage. But hey, it's not the end of the world. Hit repair, hit your heel if you have to, you're good. Now, I recognize what Navy Chick's going through right now in my Fiji, and if you noticed earlier, I actually dumped smoke for the Alaska. I don't care. I'm coming over to do it again. But again, team effort. Our other team members has successfully held the ACAP quite nicely and pushed off the Alaska and worked with the other team, so we still hold the ACAP. B-Pistol's gone, but we actually managed to hold that cap, and now we have this cap. And now we're winning. Yay! And this was a bad drop by the carrier. I'm not sure what his thought process was, but it wasn't going to do any damage. He should have actually come around the port side, the left side of Navy Chick and dumped into the drop, but whatever. There's a carrier. Shoot it. Navy Chick doesn't realize that Shako works pretty fast. So she's going to miss by a country mile. That's still not going to work. But there's me giving her some smoke to hide her in the smoke. Because her and I are already hatching a little plan here to win the game. And of course I'm detected by radar. Figures. Alright, the cruisers start working. And there's that Missouri. So, I took a pock shot personally at the Uzamo, and I'm going after Missouri. I don't care what he is, tier 9. He's going to have to step up his game if he wants to kill me instantly. Now I'm trying to drive the Missouri away so Navy Chick can win the game, and you'll see why in a minute. Now Navy Chick could have gone straight here, but she decided to come after this Missouri and see if she can actually smack him a bit. I'm dumping torps. I'm going to die. I know that. I've already gotten rid of my smoke. I don't really care. We're just trying to inflict damage. But this Missouri is running away. This guy not playing well cost his team the game. I thought it was funny. Here I am in a tier 7 cruiser, and I'm pushing a Missouri away. I'm like, really? Seriously? I thought it was funny, personally. So, hey, the Scharnhorst, or we call it Scharnhorst, but the Scharnhorst's wreck was discovered in September 2000. The ship sank in approximately 950 feet of water. The hull actually lies upside down on the seabed with debris, including the main mast and rangefinders scattered around the wreck. Extensive damage from shell fire and torpedoes is evident. The bow was actually blown off, presumably from a magazine explosion, in the forward turrets, and lies in a tangled mess of steel some distance from the rest of the hull. It's kind of sad, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's still a cool ship. Now, I don't know what just activated there for that guy, but it's kind of weird. Not sure what that is. Might have Halsey? I'm not sure. Anyway, one of the benefits of this boat, benefeatures, is that, watch the Missouri. That's a tier 9 battleship with 16-inch guns. And yeah, it hurts, but you are not going to citadel this boat. And this guy, I don't know what his problem is, but he's still running away from a Scharnhorst. Navy Chick's gonna see if she can actually start turning in and get away from this guy. Again, she pulled ahead quick enough to make sure that he actually screwed up his shot and only got 5,800 damage. And she's moving up again. The one thing I like about our carrier, he actually rams the other carrier, which is fantastic. That's about the only real damage she got on Navy Chick, that 10,000. Other than that, she's fine. The only thing we noticed is that her detectability is at 15.2. Yeah, her captain skills weren't correct. They're now correct now. If this is the point and it was down to the 13 kilometers, he would not know where she is. And this would be a given win. But as I'm sitting here talking to Navy Chick over Discord, I know for a fact she's going to win. She's just going to pull a little bit, get in the cap, and then wait for him to fire his guns, and then just tuck him behind the islands. But this guy has gotten himself so far out now that he can't win the game. And Navy Chick has a heal in 1 second. You notice how she waits until he starts turning? Or sorry, until he starts shooting and she turns into that turn. I know some of you might disagree with it, but it was actually kind of brilliant. He's only going to get basically one more shot here, and she just keeps turning. And it's not going to be a great shot on his part. Again, you're not going to citadel her. I mean, the Missouri can obviously wear her down in open water, but now she's between two islands, and he can't hit nothing. The Navy chick just slows down. This guy's now turned around, but it's too late. And Navy chick's going to take the last of the caps, and they can't get any points. And we jump up. So here's a tier 7 ship against tier 9 boats. And like I said, she only has just over 40,000 damage, 1 kill. You're like, oh, that kind of sucks. No, it doesn't. She wins the game. It's about winning the game. It's not about how much damage. If you're gonna, I've seen replays where guys are getting 400,000 damage and still losing the game. You still lost the game. It's a team effort. And I think our team did a good job. I'm not just talking about our clan, but I'm talking our other team. And if you look on the mini-map, our carrier's going to finish it off, which I thought was fantastic because he knows that she's low enough that if that carrier comes after, he could probably kill her. So what do? Kill the carrier. And he rams, which I thought was fantastic. And the Uzamo, well, he basically, like the Missouri, took themselves out of the fight. So they're combat effective. Navy chick's got her guns turning that way, and she's about to load torpedoes, which you can't see, in case he comes around. But it's not going to happen. Game over. So hey everyone, as always, I hope you enjoy. Take care, stay safe, and watch Navy chick win the game just by being a smart player. All right, everyone. Bye for now.